So couldn't figure out how these gauges would come out. I kind of pulled down this panel just to take a look-see. And there's these little hooks on the back that clip into these little spring clips. And then you just tack these 4 screws out and the top of the dash comes out. And you got full access to the inside of the dash. 1961. Why wouldn't you keep something like that? That's a great idea. Today it's got to be a massacre to get in there. It's kind of bullshit I hate. You got great ideas because you got some great engineer that says, hey, stop making these poor guys having to get under these dashes and stuff. It isn't easy. And then they fire that guy or something because he has good ideas. Move on.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
Alright, got the gauges out. Just an interesting system on this. We're just kind of figuring it out as we go here. He's having a problem with the fuel gauge not working. The fuel gauge is on this end. You can see gasolina. And I'm not a gauge repair man, not really the go-to electrical guy either. However, I can tell you that that's not good. What's interesting is this must be power, because what you can see here is it goes over here and goes to these bulbs as well. I suppose it could also be ground, but at any rate it didn't continue on to this side, which is kind of interesting. So it burnt up this one, and you can see it burnt that copper all the way off of there. This is like a early version of a circuit board, and it was just kind of copper line laid on some tape and taped over, basically laminated kind of. But as you can see, that guy, he ain't no good. So I'm going to take him off there because he was trying to touch some other stuff here. And what we need to do is figure out how to get a new one on here. And what I'm going to use instead of that is just a normal wire. But we need to figure out how it's connected in here to see if I can get a good connection in here instead of trying to do something onto this. I'd like to go into where it actually connects. Let's see what we got here. I'm a little bit concerned about these solders. It almost looks like somebody else has been in here, or maybe they just had some home skillet soldering shit at the factory. But I would think that they would do a little cleaner job. Seems a little tight there. I'm gonna get something to remove that. Okay, so it has those little solder guys, which still seem to be hanging on. I have a little tiny wire there that goes to these, whatever you'd call those. But you can see right here, that's where that connection is coming through on our tape here, the tape of copper. So I think if I connect a copper wire here to here, I'll just put a ring eyelet here, and I don't know there, and then I can see if I can get this thing to work. I don't want to try to hook any power up to it because I don't know what kind of voltage drops or ohm drops it's got on that to test the gauge. I could look up how to test the gauge because I do not know how to do that, but I think for right now I just want to try to connect that wire, put it back in the car, and see if it works. I made this got the littlest wire I got here. What I want to do is I want to put this under here, and that'll connect onto that contact in there as it's kind of originally supposed to. You know, this screw was holding those contacts together before. Be careful with this guy. Now, I need to hook it to here, but I don't know how. I would almost put another ring terminal and push it down on that, but this plug, when I was taking it out, I noticed the plug doesn't sit all the way down on the bottom there. You know, opening up these gauges and stuff, I have no idea what I was looking for. But a lot of this job is just taking stuff apart, taking a look at it, observing what you got, and, you know, using what you know to try to fix the issue. Seems like it was trying to melt it out of the plastic there. But got a good little solder there. Hopefully it holds strong when I'm trying to put that plug back on it. There's our little solder there. Alright. So, let's see if we fixed it. Oh. Went all the way to full. At least it's doing something. I wonder if we're full. Another thing I'm doing is making sure that wire isn't getting hot. Doesn't seem to be. Well, we're good if we're full.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.